These are called BeeMine Beebalm, and they are completely edible.
That's right.
Oh!
By us, by the pollinators, but not by the deer. They do not like these.
The deer don't like these. What about the rabbits and all the other
None
foods?
of them do. Because as at the beginning of the show, we showed you what they smell like. It kind of has that marjoram, oregano smell.
Right.
And deer, rabbits, they hate
Turns
anything
them
with a
off.
strong smell like that. But what we're looking at, David, this is a improvement on a native that we've got all over the, one of the major places you're going to find this is North Carolina, right around Chapel Hill area.
Oh, wow.
These grow wild.
Right where I went to school.
Yep, but what's fun about these, unlike the natives, is we've got bright, bold colors, red, pink, and lavender. There's some of your pollinators. All the pollinators go crazy over this.
So bees, butterflies, everything.
Hummingbirds.
Hummingbirds?
Yes. But what we're looking at basically is your staple in the perennial garden. If you want something that's going to look great for months every single year, come back every single year, and you don't have to water or do anything for it, that's what you need. Yep, coming up here, there's the hummingbird. I love to sit on my patio with a cup of coffee in the morning and watch all the animals, the butterflies, the bees, and the hummingbirds just flit around my garden. There's something
So
magical
relaxing,
about that.
So relaxing, right? This is why so many of you are looking for this, and you get 3 plants in this pack up, and you get 3 different colors.
That's right. You've got the lavender color right here, not found in nature with the traditional natives. You've got the bright hot pink right here. Again, you're never going to find that in the traditional native varieties. And then as you gradually pan upwards, you're going to see this bold and beautiful red. Now, these are all real flowers.
It's not washed out.
It's not washed out at all. Now, what I love about these, first and foremost, you're going to see they're unique. They're like these little parties, these little party bouquets.
So good.
It does smell so good. So each
You let the blooms dry, and then you put them in your tea.
Yeah, so actually bergamot tea, what that is also another name for the bee balm or monarda. So these, if you dry them, they retain that color. They make your tea bright red or bright pink or bright purple.
And the green of these plants are what you let dry, and then you crumble and you put on your pizza.
Yes, actually, these leaves right here, I pick and make my own herbal pizza topping or Italian seasoning every single year with my monarda or my bee balm, which tastes like oregano mixed with marjoram. I pick my lavender, and then I pick a few other herbs that I grow in the garden, and I dry these every single year, and I make my own Italian seasoning.
Let me ask you some basic questions, because I think there are a lot of people in the same boat as me who need some basic information. How tall do they get?
Yes, oh, great question. So you're gonna see how low these are. These are only about 2 foot tall. That is great, because in the wild, like they grow behind my house, and they're about as tall as you or me. And it's a lot of stem, it's not pretty. It's kind of like the echinacea sunseekers that we talked about at the beginning of the show.
So we need something a little shorter, more durable.
Shorter, more durable, and spending their time blooming, not growing tall.
Right.
That's what I love. So
I mean, they're spending their nutrients wisely, right?
That's right. These are the 3 healthy plants you're going to get. They've gone through a winter. What I love about these is these plants right here grow into this that you see on set this year, David. There's no waiting involved. There's not multiple years waiting. This is what you're going to have in the garden the very first year.
I mean, you're going to see flowers the first year you plant these. I mean, in the first few months after you plant them. And they will not arrive on your doorstep until it is safe to plant them. These are very popular already, and many people are buying more than one. Stephanie, do you have something that works well with this?
I do, and so does my brother Devin.
Oh,
this is
from both sides.
This is kind of like a pollinator paradise show, David. I mean, these bee balms are great for pollinators, and then we have the mini Becchia we saw earlier, and then last but not least, those Asclepias. And not only do you get pollinators, but just the pops of color. They look so good together.
This, I can imagine the 3 of your homes look beautiful.
You gotta come over sometime.
I need to come over sometime and see the flowers, and also, hang out with you guys.
Yep.
But this is lovely. M132120 is your item number, and no matter where you live in the country, these are possible.
That's right, because these are native to the entire country. They can handle coldest winters you can throw at them, the hot heat. Now, here's some interesting facts. These are drought tolerant, they're deer resistant, but also they're disease resistant. Now, that's a big deal, because the native varieties halfway through the summer, they get hit with a disease called powdery mildew. This happens all over the country. It looks like little white powder on the leaves. It's very unsightly. These are disease resistant, especially to powdery mildew. So that means they're going to stay looking great and perky all season long. Now you're going to get blooms early summer, and they're not going to stop till the first or second frost.
Now these are perennials, meaning they'll come back every year.
Every single year without any effort on your part. I like to water them in the first year. They do love full to part sun.
Full to part sun.
But after that first year, I do nothing. Now here's, I think it's a swallowtail landed on the flower. What I love about this is all the pollinators are gonna come and find your house, sort of like a big bullseye target. But what's fun about this is it's not just for the pollinators. You've got beautiful flowers to look at, and you can bring these inside. Again, we talked about drying them for tea or for spices. This is traditionally used in that way also by the Native Americans. But here are the 3 colors that you've got side by side. None of these are found in the natural varieties. These are all bred to be so bright and bold.
Could I use some of the greens from this plant if I'm making like Sunday sauce? And I wanted to crumble it up in there?
Of course you could.
After it's dried out?
That would be great.
What's the best way to dry it?
Honestly, I just do on my kitchen countertop. You don't need them in light. They just want a slow, steady dry on a piece of paper towel that will kind of wick away some moisture. Takes about a day, and then they're dry.
And then crumble them up.
Yep.
Either on pizza or in pasta or in red sauce,
I
whatever
love
you
it.
love.
I totally love it. Now that was the pink. What I love about these is that in the sunlight, these flowers really pop that color, but you're gonna have so many flowers on these, you hardly see the plant. And that's what we love about the BeeMine Beebalm.
Now, Devin earlier was talking about a blister pack. Is this the blister pack?
That's no, that is not the blister pack. A blister pack is a green, translucent piece of plastic that helps protect them.
But these plants will come
shipping.
in this tray.
No, actually, they're going to come side by side in a blister pack. That's just for us.
Oh, that's for you. Okay,
for
I'm sorry.
having them on
well,
air.
You have the blister pack. There it is.
Actually, this is how they come.
They come
like
to you
this.
just like that. Thank you, Devin.
So it's a perfectly created package to protect all of your plants. So you'll get them shipped like this, so they don't get bounced around in the mail. And then you just open that up and there you go.
And then you have at it. These will not arrive on your doorstep until it is safe for you to plant in your part of the country. So that's great peace of mind.
That's very right. Now the whole country can grow these. And you know, if you're looking at how to pair, my brother and sister did bring out some other nice things, but really the whole show would pair with these very well. I want to point out that what we're looking at right here is a pollinator garden, but it's also a human-friendly garden. Children, men, women, they love all the colors on this collection. This is an improvement on a native classic. Beebalm you will find at the local park growing you know, on the side of the road, but you won't find them in these colors or this size. What to speak of this many flowers? So that's what we're looking at.
These are huge in terms of their blooms. They're not huge tall, but you're gonna get a lot of blooms, and you let those blooms dry out, and then you add them to your tea or sachet bags.
Yes.
Really lovely. And the greenery, let dry, and then crumble it up on top of pizza in pasta, red sauce, because it is like marjoram or oregano, yes?
Or oregano, yep. And these petals here, I just want to show you, this is a real flower. I just like to pick them all off like that. Now I've got all these petals in my hand, just like that. I can put that right into a cup of hot water and make a beautiful, flavorful tea that is slightly sweet,
so you don't even have to let it dry.
You don't even have to dry them. You can use fresh herbs.
Oh, wow.
But also, I just want to point out that these flowers, they're useful for the pollinators. They're useful for us, and they're beautiful in the garden. There's hardly anything that's so a jack of all trades that you could grow. And that's what I really love about learning about plants as from a child upward and knowing the uses. Here's the red. This is a sun-loving perennial. They're drought tolerant, they're deer resistant, they are disease resistant.
A lot of people say, I've never seen a rabbit in my neighborhood. I sometimes work late at night, and when I drive down my back alley, I see, in the summer months, I see wild rabbits everywhere.
In the nighttime.
Because I think they use my headlights to see across, and then they run across, and then they scamper away, because if I stop or I speak to them, they scatter, right? And I'm always careful to close my garage and watch. because I'm afraid the rabbit will get caught in the garage door. It's important to know that they're there, whether you see them or not.
That's very true.
And I talked to you about, I don't know if I talked to you or I talked to one of your siblings about Dolores the deer. Comes to my house every morning about 2:30 in the morning. It's true. Gets caught on my security camera, and there's Dolores. I'm like, what you looking for, Dolores? I don't know what her real name is. I call her Dolores the deer. This is a 3-piece BeeMine Beebalm live plant set. How many of these are gone, Jason? 900 of these are gone. Devin, Stephanie, and Derek Wallene. Are there more Wallenes in your immediate family, or just
No,
three
just
of you?
us three. Just us
the
three.
three. Well, you're very accomplished, and thank you so much for all your help.
Thank
Are you back later today?
We are.
I'll be on at 3 o'clock with Sandra.
Okay, perfect. We'll look forward to that. In the meantime, I've got gardening under